ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to URKG. This is your latest Real Madrid transfer news as we have a massive story here today, people. Major breaking news. Real Madrid are not just trying to sign one, but two elite French center backs. That is William Saliba and Ibrahima Konate. Yes, we're going to break down all the updates from Marca and discuss how likely these moves are and the strategy behind these signings, what this means for our current defenders like Alaba, Militão, Rudiger. We're going to dive into that. We also got some updates on Rodrygo, Rodrygo, and much more. But you already know, before we do, make sure you smash a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and let me know in the comment sections which defender should we go for. I'm running a poll right now. If you haven't voted in the poll, just get in the poll now. Just make your vote regarding what is the big talking point today. We're going to start off, of course, with this breaking news from Marca. They're saying that Real Madrid want William Saliba. All right, William Saliba. We just saw him today. He was outstanding for Arsenal today. And Ibrahima Konate. Look, this is massive. I think this is really massive. London, yes, all of you, big up for joining us. Look, Madrid are they're planning for the future now, right? Toni Kroos has been gone. Modric is gone now. Lucas Vazquez is gone now. It's the focus is really on our defense, right? Alaba's injuries record, it's not good. Nacho already left. We know that. There's a lot of uncertainty in terms of Militão's fitness, Rudiger's decline, and Asensio's readiness for this brand new season. And it wouldn't be surprising. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me the fact that Madrid are looking at these two defenders. We have to. I mean, because I've been saying it all summer long. We need a defender. Either you go ahead and get a CDM so that you don't play Tchouaméni in a center back position, or you got to go out and get a defender. And I'm glad we're having this talk. I'm glad there are talks and rumors about Konate joining Real Madrid, and also Saliba could potentially be joining Real Madrid. I was watching Saliba play today in real life for Arsenal for 2 hours. It was just crazy. He is not scared. That guy is just potential. I mean, not just potential, but he is the best out there, I would say. The best out there right now. But here's the question, right? Why would Madrid go for two center backs instead of one? And the answer is simple. I spoke about it. Alaba, you can't rely on this dude. He's in the medical room every single day. Rudiger's decline is a concern. And Militão's fitness. Militão did not play the whole season last season. So is he going to be fit? Is he going to be playing now? Is he going to be sharp enough? Who knows? Nobody knows. That's the reason why they're going with for two defenders. It's obvious for me. It is obvious for me. And look, if one of them or these two players have been, or if we sign these two players, or even one of them, I think there's a massive question marks on Rudiger and Militão. One of them, they're going to feel like, okay, we're not the main defenders anymore in this team. We got to be on the bench. We got to be like the other defenders that just sits on the bench and just wait for somebody to get injured. And it is a big question mark in terms of who we go for. Of course, I'm gonna dive into each one of them, and we're gonna explain what is likely to happen and which one do I think is going to happen. We're gonna discuss that. But you get your comments and get your votes in as well. But look, this could definitely be the two center backs that could be starting for Real Madrid soon. And look, we're gonna have to come after Saliba. We're gonna talk about Konate first. Let me just expand on Konate really quickly here. Virat, thank you for joining us. The Gumpy, thank you for joining us as well. Look, the main thing is, Konate deal is immensely heating up. And I'm not just playing right now. And these are coming in right now. And look, Madrid are considering making an offer for Konate in the next week. This is serious, people. Marca is the main media stream for Real Madrid in Spain. And they're saying that we're going after Konate. I like it. I like it a lot, bro. I like it a lot. And there's also another topic that they're talking about. Liverpool believe that Real Madrid have already convinced Konate to join them. And the Premier League team, of course, does not want to sell what's cheap, but they also want to avoid losing him for free. We've been discussing this the whole past week. If you haven't been here, good morning. That's what I would say to you, because we've been discussing Konate is the most realistic one that we can actually get, because Liverpool are in trouble. He has not extended his contract, and Konate could be available for 20 to 25 this summer. You understand? He could be available cheap, and Liverpool would be forced to sell because he hasn't signed a contract extension, and he wants to join Real Madrid. It's different with Saliba. I'm going to get into Saliba next, but this one, the most realistic one this summer, I would say, is this. I think we can get him this summer. We definitely could get him this summer. Liverpool believe Konate is already convinced. You get me? So his contract expires in 2026. The club wants to avoid losing him for free. Same movie again and again. They lost Trent for free, right? Madrid might just try to offer 30 to 40 M's, but Liverpool are asking for more. They want 50. And I don't think it makes sense for Real Madrid to pay 50 for him at this moment in time. Does that make sense? Get in the comments. KG, if they both of them, then they will have to play 3-4-3. They are already playing 3-4-3. Have you not seen the Club World Cup? That's why we're going after defenders. We're using three defenders automatically pretty much in every game. Can Madrid play 4-3-3? 100%. 100%. Poor Liverpool, they're just bullying at this point. Look, we are definitely bullying Liverpool at this moment in time because they can't get their starts wrapped up. And they lost Trent. They could have lost Salah. And they're about to lose Diaz now. And Konate could also be leaving. Yes, they made big signings, but they're losing players. They're losing players big time. So, look, would Konate accept less money to join Real Madrid? 100%. We know that. We know that. It's not about money when you join Real Madrid. It's about it's about class. It's about being in the best team on the planet. So people want to join. Players want to join Real Madrid, regardless of the money. So I don't think money is an issue. I think he's going to join us for less money, to be honest. Is he an upgrade over what we have? Is he an upgrade on Alaba? Yes, absolutely yes. Is he an upgrade on Rudiger? I might say no, but if Rudiger's form continues, yes. Is he an upgrade on Militão? No, he's not an upgrade on Militão, but he's definitely an upgrade on Asensio. You understand? So these guys, Asensio and Alaba and potentially Rudiger now, he's in a lot of eyes right now. These players are on the ropes. And Konate definitely could come in and be a starter straight up with Dean Howson. It won't surprise me. I mean, you guys let me know what your thoughts are. Anu says it won't happen. What do you mean it won't happen? I just showed you. What do you mean it won't happen? It is going to happen. It is going to happen. We were just talking about that, right? Madrid is considering to make an offer next week. So watch what happens next week. Watch what happens next week. What other thing I want to talk about before we move on to the next segment? Look, could Konate injury be a concern? Like he gets injured. Occasionally he gets injured. I've seen him not play many minutes for Liverpool. Are we going ahead and signing another Alaba? I don't think so. You know, I don't think so. He doesn't get as much injury as Alaba. And I think the Premier League is so high intense. You're likely to get injured versus playing in La Liga. The intensity is lower. It's more controlled game. So I feel like he's gonna shine at Real Madrid. He's gonna shine in La Liga. It's gonna be a whole lot easier for him to deal with players in La Liga compared to the Premier League. So I see this being a success, and I see Real Madrid making this happen. And I want Real Madrid to go all out to go and sign Konate. That's how I see it. Zefu says, Real Madrid. Dean says, Asensio saved us from true embarrassment last season. Asensio was used last season because we had no choice. It wasn't because he was great. It was because we had no defenders out there. I could have been playing there if I was in the team because all the defenders were injured. So he had to play there. So Asensio, that's the reason why he played, basically. Any questions you have regarding other topics? We're going to cover that in our Q&A section at the end. All right, just hold that thought. Hold that thought. Just trying to focus on Konate and Saliba and what's going to happen with Real Madrid defenders. Okay. The second thing, right, we want to talk about is this, of course. Saliba. Here's it. William Saliba is ready to make a financial effort in order to join Real Madrid. I mean, that tells me that is he willing to take a pay cut as well? Is he willing to take a pay cut as well? The club is also increasingly motivated to sign him. Can this happen in this summer? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of talks about that. But do you guys think this being happening this summer? Let me know your thoughts. But here's the thing. Saliba is willing to lower his wages to join Madrid. There's no issue with that, right? We know wages are not issues at Real Madrid. Everybody lowers their wages to join Real Madrid. Arsenal don't want to sell, but Saliba is tempted by Madrid's project. And I get it. I spoke about it earlier. I have not met any player that is not interested in joining Real Madrid. So most players will be interested to join Real Madrid. So I don't think this is going to be an issue. And he's not from England. He's from France. Mbappe is there. His mate is in there. There's a lot of French players at Real Madrid. Already. So it looks like it would make sense for him to join and want to be in Spain as well. His contract runs until 2027. Arsenal definitely are going to demand over 80 M's. Here's the question. Here's the caveat, right? Are Real Madrid going to go ahead and offer that kind of money? Are they going to offer that kind of money to sign Saliba right now? And the answer is maybe. It depends on sale. It also depends on Konaté's situation. If Liverpool is saying Konate is 50 M's, then we might as well just go to Saliba and pay the 80 M's, right? And instead of paying 50 for Saliba, we could get, for Konate, because we could get Konate in the summer, next summer for free. So there's no reason to push for Konate. I think if Konate's price tag is lower, then I see this deal becoming highly, highly unlikely. I don't think we're going to sign both. I know the rumors are saying Madrid wants to sign both, but I don't think that is going to be the case. I don't think that is going to happen. I think we're going to sign one, but the most likely one would be the Konate one. But if the Konate one doesn't work out, Saliba is an option. We might as well go and pay the 80 M's and get Saliba in. He is increasingly motivated to join Madrid, and he wants to go all in. Look, we need to see some sort of push now from Saliba. We need to see that if he wants to make this happen. I think Madrid are going to sign Saliba in 2026. Good point, Cristiano. But here's the question, right? Does Saliba's willingness show how strong the Madrid brand is? Yes, we know that. We know that, right? Our brand is really strong. Everybody wants to join us. Everybody wants to join Real Madrid. Unless you're playing for Barcelona, even if you play for Barcelona, you would still. I've seen players go from Barcelona to Real Madrid, so it's not a new thing. It's not a biggie. It is very attractable. That's what Real Madrid is, and it wouldn't surprise me if Saliba pushes on to sign for Real Madrid. Would Arsenal accept a swap or a player plus cash deal? And the answer would be no. I think who are we gonna give them? I mean, they're not going to take Alaba. So they're not going to take Ceballos. Who are they going to take? We're not willing to give them Rodrygo for Saliba. I mean, would you do that swap? Would you give Rodrygo up and get Saliba in? That's another point. That's another question we should be answering. I know there's not talks like that, but if they want to have a swap or a player plus cash deal, I think the most realistic would be giving Rodrygo and getting Saliba in. That's what I think would happen. We need him to help our defense. That's it. 100%, 100%. Our defense needs strengthening. We know that 100%. We know that 100%, which is the reason why we're going after defenders, because that is our weakest spot. Last season, we got exposed so many times in the center back position, and that's what Alonso wants to rectify, and that is what Madrid are trying to do, basically. Do I think Saliba is better than Konate for Real Madrid? What do you guys think? I mean, I think that Saliba is way better than Konate. But like I said earlier, the most realistic one is to get Konate instead of Saliba, because Arsenal might not be willing to sell. He still have a contract until 2027. That means he's got 2 years on his contract, unless he's pushing really hard like URKG did to join Arsenal. Saliba has to push really hard to join Real Madrid in order for that to happen. Otherwise, Arsenal might not even entertain any sort of offer that we're going to give them. Even if we give them 80 M's, they could say no. It's not a poor team, is it? So they have the options to say no, unless Saliba pushes to go out and pushes to get the deal done. What about Rodri? We're going to touch on Rodri. We're going to touch on Rodri in a minute. We're going to touch on Rodri in a minute. But I'm looking at the votes here right now. Who should Real Madrid prioritize to sign this summer? I see William Saliba is 26%. Konate is 15%. Get them both is 59%. Of course, none is nobody. So pretty much everybody's on the same page. We all on the same page that we need a center back. And we need at least one of them to come in order to be secure for this upcoming season. Players are being signed left, right, and center. They're signing. Liverpool is making signings. Arsenal signing big. Even Manchester United are signing players. We need to do that. We signed a couple. We signed 4 players, Carreras, Housen, and Trent. But again, the team needed more than that. The team need to enforce and reinforce in that back line. And I think, especially playing as a back 5 as well. Saliba is way better than Konate, says London, 100%. I agree with you. I think if Saliba wants to win something, he needs to join Madrid. That is a good point. Being at Arsenal, you really are not going to win anything. You're going to be continuously finishing second. You understand what I'm saying? No offense, people. That's just a reality, and that is just a fact. We're just speaking facts here. That could change this year. But up until now, Arsenal can't win anything, really. I feel like Saliba is coming to Madrid first. I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see that. Everybody just joining us now, make sure you smash that like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and get involved in the conversation. Let us know what your thoughts are about Saliba, Konate, and what's going to happen in this summer for Real Madrid. But yeah, you could imagine this, right? You could definitely imagine this. And look, the key point that I want to talk about is, what's going to happen to Rudiger, Militão, and Alaba, right? We kind of discussed it at the start. Rudiger still has 2 years left on his contract. Militão is returning from ACL injury. And Alaba is 32 years old, and he is injury prone. So this could definitely mean that a defensive rebuild, similar to what Madrid did, right, in the past in a midfield position, getting Kroos, Modric, Casemiro. We did that, right? When Alonso, Khedira started to get old, we did that. Same sort of situation needs to happen here. Just fully clean up that defense. That's what we need to do, I think. And I'm thinking Dean Housen is going to be the main defender. But alongside him, you could argue it could be Rudiger, it could be Militão, it could be Asensio, it could be anybody, right? But if we get one of these guys, or if we get 2 of them, 100% for sure these 3 defenders are going to be lining up. Imagine who's going to score against us. Imagine having Konate, Saliba, and Dean Housen. Who you can play without a goalkeeper. Nobody's going to score. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you, it would be insane. London says champions of Singapore. You would never sing that. You're funny, bro. But look, would you sell or bench any of these players? Who are you going to sell? Let me know right now. All right, let me know right now. Is it going to be Rudiger? Is it going to be Alaba? or is it Militão? And can Saliba and Konate work on a 3-back system? They played a lot in a 2. They're used to playing a lot in a 2, but what's going to happen when they play in a 3? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. I think if you can succeed in a 2, in a 3, it's much more easier. We need players that are good on the ball. We need players that can progress the ball from defense. And Saliba is that guy. He could do it. Konate could also do it. Dean Hauser could do it. Dean Hauser was injured against Paris Saint-Germain, and we couldn't get out. Paris Saint-Germain presses us, and we just could not get out, giving the ball away consistently. And then we don't even press ourselves. So it was a mess. What we saw in the Club World Cup was a mess. We are nowhere near ready for the new season, people. And Alonso knows this. He knows this. He talked to all the players about that. He talked about their roles in the upcoming season. It won't be the same as last season. Things are going to be different. And what we need exactly is guys like Saliba, guys like Konate to come in and just solidify that defense. And once that is assured, Barcelona are not going to be winning games against us. You understand? No team is going to beat us easy. Imagine having Courtois in goal. It's hard enough to beat Courtois in goal. And you got 2 solid defenders, plus Dean Hauser. That would be just ridiculous. This team is going to be unstoppable, I'm telling you. And up front, you got Kylian Mbappe, you got Vinny, you got Rodrygo, you got Bellingham, Mastantuono, Valverde. The list goes on. You understand? This is our weakest spot. And this is what we need to rectify. And I'm sure Madrid have recognized that. And they're going after 2 defenders this summer. And they have to. They have to. They have to. Rudiger says that I still have some sort of faith. I have a slight faith on Rudiger. I want to see what he does in the upcoming season before we actually let him go. I want to actually see what he does. But yeah, he could be in trouble as well. He could definitely be in trouble. Why on earth Arsenal would swap Asensio for Saliba? They wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it, bro. But they signed a center back. Let's not forget, Arsenal signed a center back. I forgot his name. What was his name? Let me know in the chat. They signed a center back. This summer, Arsenal. So is it a backup, or is he going to be a main defender for Arsenal? Gabriel, they have Gabriel already. Imagine Gabriel already is a solid defender. So Saliba could be open here, bro. He could definitely be open. Kashara FC says, what's going to be Arsenal fans' excuse if they finish second again? Because now they got the perfect team after Gyökeres' arrival. Yes, we spoke about that. We're going to talk about that at the end as well. Arsenal, they're a solid team. We just did a watch along for the Arsenal game. But anyways, that's off topic. But to just stay on topic, I think realistically, my thoughts are Saliba is a hard one to get. And I don't think it will happen. Konate, most likely to happen. If you ask me a percentage, I would say 70%. 70% Konate deal can happen. And I would put 40% for Saliba deal. And they're kind of connected. I feel like they're connected. If we can't get Saliba, if we can't get Konate, we're going to go all in to sign Saliba. And potentially the percentage now would rise up right after that, for sure. I don't know why. Lucky says, I don't know why, but I feel like we should get a Galactico CM, a guy who can control the game, and I still have faith on Rudiger for defense. But yeah, we should have a good backup defenders too. London says, KG, why don't we just watch the penalty shootout? I didn't know there were going to be penalty shootouts. I did not know. I ended it. As soon as I ended it, I saw that they were going to do penalty shootouts. Yeah, it did go to pens, and Arsenal lost that. Arsenal lost it. But to stay on the topic, there's another topic I want to bring in. There's another topic not really materialized. But again, another rumor is going on. Rodrygo. What did I say? Every day on this show, we're talking about this guy, Rodrygo. Rodrygo to Liverpool. Rodrygo to Arsenal. Rodrygo now to Paris Saint-Germain. According to Goal, they're saying that PSG are monitoring Rodrygo's situation. monitoring means they've given us an offer. No, it doesn't mean they've gave us an offer. It just means that they're looking at the situation. And if there's a gap, if there's a chance to sign him, they could potentially go in to sign him. I have not heard anything about Vinny recently. The Saudi rumor is completely gone. And not a single team, right? Not a single team wants to sign. Not a single team came up to say that I want to sign Vinicius Jr., except the Saudi, right? So it looks more like Rodrygo could be the one to be sacrificed, people. Rodrygo could be the one. Leave it. Don't. How's it going? And it's looking more like Rodrygo's going to go. I'm not saying Rodrygo should leave, but what I'm saying is that according to all the reports, according to the rumors we're looking at consistently every single day about Real Madrid, Rodrygo this, Rodrygo that, Rodrygo this, Rodrygo that. There's not a single time I have not brought up Rodrygo's name, and they're still talking about it. And which tells me nothing has materialized yet. But again, he is the most likely to leave in that front line. Yep, that is the case, people. That is the case. The other topic I want to talk about, right? The other topic I want to talk about is this guy right here, right? If Real Madrid decide to make a last-minute offer for Rodri this summer, he would cost over 100 million euros. According to ASA, that's what they're saying now. So Rodri, he's still in talks. There's still a lot of rumors about Rodri, whether he's going to be joining us this summer or next summer, and potentially what is his situation in terms of his fitness. I think Madrid are just waiting to see how fit this guy is. I think if he plays well this season, we might go all in. But the problem with that is he's going to be 1 year older. So either we need to take a risk now and test the water and just give them like 60 M's, because Alonso has been mentioned consistently that he wants to sign a center back that is well-versed, well-experienced. He doesn't want a young player to be playing in that role. He used to play as a CDM in the past. He knows that role more than anybody, really. So he wants to get Rodri in. And Madrid are willing to push for Rodri, but their concern is that the ACL injury he just had, and he didn't really look right in the Club World Cup. So that's the concern. And do I think Madrid will sign Rodri this summer? Highly, highly unlikely. I mean, if you ask me out of 10, my chances would be like 3 or 4 out of 10. 3 or 4 out of 10. That's what I think. That's what I think. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Michael says, more buying. Is your whole channel about buying? It's also about selling. It's also about watch-alongs. Good morning. You just woke up, right? Doe says, what about Enzo? Enzo Fernandez. The talks about Enzo Fernandez is quiet. I mean, it's quiet now. There's not a lot of talks now. But a few days back, there were some talks about Enzo Fernandez. So it's going to be interesting. These are the names we're talking about every single day, people. Rodri, Konate, Saliba, Enzo Fernandez, McAllister. These are the talks. And then we're talking about Ceballos' exit. Is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? Rodrygo, is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? And also Alaba, is he staying? Is he leaving? We have Mendy situation, Garcia situation. Who's going to be staying? Who's going to be going? Gonzalo and Hendrick. Who is going to be loaned out? Who's going to be staying? And Vinicius Jr. as well. So there's a lot of things happening in Madrid. Madrid is not settled. Madrid doesn't look ready for the next season, people. There's a lot of different thoughts and a lot of decision-making and a lot of things that needs to happen. And then I think we need to buckle down. We seriously need to buckle down and decide what we want to do and move forward. But yeah, just to recap, people. Madrid going hard for 2 fresh defenders, as I spoke about it. Konate, more advanced. I would say Saliba is willing to sacrifice his wages, but huge defensive transition is happening, people. Just get excited. Get excited right now. Huge things are happening. But you guys let me know in the chat Who would you rather have, Saliba or Konate? And do you trust Rudiger and Militão? Or should we rebuild with Saliba and Konate? Would you pay 80 M's for Saliba as well? You guys let me know in the comments. But before we wrap up, we can talk about anything really. If you guys have any questions about the segments that we covered. In the meantime, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel as well. And let's see if we can get to 100 likes. But look, it has gone quiet a little bit regarding Madrid, but now it's started to pick up, which is what I wanted to see. The center back situation needs to be resolved. The midfield situation needs to be rectified. We still don't have Toni Kroos. We haven't replaced Toni Kroos yet. We're still lacking a CDM, especially if we're trying to use Tchouaméni. The fact that we're pushing for 2 defenders tells me that Tchouaméni will be the CDM. So probably we might do that. There's a lot of options on the table for Real Madrid. It depends on which route are we going to choose. It all depends on that. You understand? If we sign defenders, that means we're not signing CDM. That means Tchouaméni will be the CDM. If we sign a midfielder, we're not signing a defender because Tchouaméni will be the center back. You understand the connection. You understand the situation. Both of them are not going to happen. We're not going to sign a defender and we're not going to sign a CDM. It's not going to happen. I don't think so anyways. It could, but highly, highly unlikely. AC Milan won the game. Yeah, AC Milan won the game on penalties, bro. They won the game on penalties, but it really doesn't mean anything, right? Even the game that Arsenal won really doesn't mean anything, to be honest. It really doesn't mean anything. In case you didn't know, there's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of rumors about Kylian Mbappe getting the number 10 jersey. And a lot of people are talking about that. And it looks like it's not Kylian Mbappe who's asked to wear the number 10, right? It's not him. They just gave it to him. They pretty much just gave it to him, bro. They gave it to him. And I'm gonna bring it in now here. Kylian Mbappe did not ask for the Real Madrid number 10 shirt. It was the club's decision. Of course, the club wants to make money, bro. The club wants to make money, and they're pretty much trying to put Kylian Mbappe's name as a number 10, and a lot of people would buy it. Lamine Yamal just got the number 10 at Barcelona, and Real Madrid are just trying to do the same thing here by giving the number 10 to Kylian Mbappe. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Mbappe really is not keen on number 10. He used to be number 7. He likes the number 7. He wants to be the next Cristiano. But again, this is the club's decision, and they want to make money. This also tells me that Vinicius Jr. is not going anywhere, because if Vinny is going somewhere, why would you give the number 10 to Kylian Mbappe? We know Kylian Mbappe wants to be the number 7. You understand? So if Vinny is leaving, then the number 7 goes to Kylian Mbappe. But the fact that Vinny ain't going nowhere tells me that Madrid is pushing for the number 10 for Kylian Mbappe. Make your own assessment. That's what I think is happening here. Do you think selling Vinny is a good idea or sacrificing Rodrygo on loan? It depends. If we can get 250 for Vinny, I'm willing to sacrifice Vinny to rectify our defense in the midfield. But if we're not getting that kind of money, then Rodrygo has to go, right? I would love for him to stay on the bench. You know, it's good to have options, but is he going to be on the bench? Is he willing to be on the bench? Is another question. Hockman going to Juventus says any talks about that. All right, this is a Q&A session really, so we can check whatever you guys want me to check. Let's see if there's any talks about that. Let's see if there's any talks about that. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. We know that João Mario is about to join Juventus. But not a whole lot of update. Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. There's not a whole lot of update here. Which match next game, says Virat? Our next game will be the Liverpool game. Is it tomorrow? It's not tomorrow. It's this weekend, right? I think it's this weekend. Liverpool against AC Milan. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. By the way, if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join the Discord right now. I'll put the links in the chat. We talk football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, 24/7. 24/7. This is what we do. We got channels for Real Madrid, Barcelona, Premier League, transfer news, and match days as well. So click on that and join the URKG mob, people. Let's go. But yeah, my final thoughts on this defender situation. I feel like one of them is going to happen. If you ask me, I think one of them is going to happen. I feel like it's going to be the most likely to happen. The most likely to happen would be not Saliba, but it would be Konate. I think this guy. I think Konate would most likely to happen this summer. Just keep an eye on that one. We're going to give you all the updates that you need, really, regarding Saliba and Konate. But as of today, if you ask me, that's what I think is going to happen. That is the most likely to happen this summer. And I hope it does. That means Alaba is gone. That means you're putting a question mark on Asensio. You're putting a question mark on Rudiger's performances. So it's good. It's good to have a competition. We have 3 center-back positions, so it's good to have that. But Madrid need to make moves. They need to make some moves. Gonzalo reminds me of Raul, and Endrick reminds me of Higuain. It's a good one. I don't know about Endrick and Higuain, but Gonzalo reminds me of Raul. This guy, he is really, really similar. He is really, really similar. I would have to agree with that. And Varane. Can who? Dave says, can who join? Can Sake? What do you mean by the Sake? You mean Saka? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? How is Madrid going to enforce Saliba when they could buy Mbappe 2 years ago? Don't forget the 80 M's Liverpool wanted for Trent when they wanted him 2 years ago. Saliba is 130, easy pay. That's yours, says Lloyd. Look, Saliba's situation is going to be tough. Like I said, it's going to be tricky to get Saliba. The most realistic one, I would say, is Konate. But if the Konate situation doesn't happen, Madrid could go all out and give 80 M's, 80 to 100 M's, especially if Rodrygo is gone, 80 to 100 M's to get Saliba. And I think that is a realistic price. They're not going to be going over 100 M's for Saliba. No chance, bro. No chance. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Virat, we're not going to do that. Who should be the next number 9? That is a tricky question. Is it Endrick? Is it Gonzalo Garcia? I would say whoever stays will take the 9. I think one of them might be loaned out. I don't think both of them can stay. So whoever stays should take the 9. And who do I want to stay? I would say I like Gonzalo Garcia, but I like Endrick even more. I think Endrick is more skillful than Gonzalo Garcia. Gonzalo Garcia is like an old-fashioned number 9. He's just a guy in the box finishing chances. You understand? But Endrick, he's got more flair to it. He can dribble. He can score outside the box. He can do more things. So I feel like Endrick should be the one staying. And they both potentially might stay if Rodrygo or Vinny leave as well. So there's a lot of things. One thing is basically relying on the other thing. You understand? It is like the Matrix. It is all connected like this. You make one decision, it's going to affect the other decision. So if Rodrygo leaves, we might keep both. If Rodrygo stays, we might loan out Endrick or Gonzalo Garcia. It all depends on that. You understand? So it's kind of hard to predict. It's really kind of hard to predict. But once we hit the last week of the transfer market or the transfer window, we're going to have a clear vision. We're going to have a realistic view in terms of what we think is going to happen. Yeah. I think Manchester United need to sign Sesko and Diego Costa. There's not a lot of talks about that, to be honest with you. We're not going to be doing the Fenerbahce game, bro. We're not doing that. I think Nico Paz can be rotated like Brahim Diaz. Nico Paz has been sold, bro. Wake up. Nico Pass is gone, bro. He's gone. He is gone. I think Manchester United need to sign Sesko and Diego Costa. I think I read that one already. Danasha, big up for joining us. Let us know what your thoughts are. Enzo Fernandez, Konate, Saliba. This is my dream summer. Beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful, bro. To get Enzo, to get Konate, to get Saliba, to get rid of Ceballos, Alaba, right? Potentially Asensio. Bro, that would be a magical summer, bro. That would just be a magical summer. Nobody could touch us. If we do that, I think we're going to win every competition. Call me deluded all you can, but I think we could win the treble if we do that. Imagine that. That would be just insane. Who should we buy next January based on right now? Based on right now, again, I would target Konate. If Konate is not coming to us by January, he has to sign a new contract. If he hasn't, then he's going to be available. So Konate more likely to happen in January if it doesn't happen now, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on Liverpool to sell or risk losing him for free, of course. That's what's going to happen. We were so hyped for Mbappe and forgot to sign a replacement, says London. That is true. That is true. Injuries occur. Last Carvajal and Militão tore the ACL. Yeah, it was insane. Last season was just insane. Lloyd says 130 is the price. Even if they sell Rodrygo, that cash would go towards paying the 500 million debt the team has. Remember, the $2 billion for the new ground, the team is supposed to be paying 150 a year, says Lloyd. You're talking about Arsenal here. And I feel like Arsenal, based on what you're telling me, Arsenal might need the money. So they might sell. They might sell 100 M's, Saliba, if they're desperate for money. Even though you're saying that it should be 130. KG will see ourselves stop playing football. One day he will, but not now. Gyökeres is the best number 9. No, he is the best number 9, but is he going to be the best number 9 at Arsenal and in the Premier League is the question. Last season, Gyökeres has scored all the goals he can, and he did a whole lot last season, right? We know that, but it's a different ball game to do it in the Premier League, right? Can you do it in the Prem? Can you do it in the Prem? That's the biggest question. I've seen Shevchenko. I've seen Crespo. I've seen Morata. I've seen all of the center forward hyped up, and they come to the Premier League and they suffer. You understand? They suffer. So it all depends on that. Don't get too much excitement. Yes, you can be excited about Gyökeres, but I'm saying do not think that he's just going to come in and start banging in goals. No, I don't think so. I think Sesko is a better fit for United. I disagree. I think Gyökeres is a better fit for United. Sesko is a better fit for Arsenal. That's what I think. KG, who would you pick, Saliba or Konate? 100% Konate. I mean Saliba. 100% Saliba. 100% Saliba. Arsenal need a striker, left wing. I saw how bad they were on their left. Saka carried them on the right. Yeah, Saka's a decent player on the right, but they need a player on the left. And they're talking about Eze, Martinelli. We saw him today. He's not that good on the left. So, yeah. Loan Rodrygo out. Any team will pay his whole salary. He's a great player. Why would we loan him out? We need fees. We need fees. We need money to reinforce our defense, to reinforce our midfield. Why would we loan him out? No chance. Rodrygo might leave Madrid, says Dave. Yes, there's a whole lot of talk about that. I have no doubts in the Premier League. It's just fear that Arsenal, UCL tally. Look, Arsenal is not a team that wins everything. So coming to Arsenal doesn't guarantee you to win anything. I'll be honest with you. Doe says, I think Madrid should speed things up. Time is running out. Yeah, in 2 or 3 weeks, La Liga is going to start. So we need to wrap up and we need to start doing big things, bro. Which is your favorite team, Champions League match in 2021 and 2022 season for Madrid? Hard to remember, bro. 2021, 2022. The final. Not the final. I think the semifinal was insane. The semifinal was insane, bro. I'm talking about your team, Madrid. They are in debt. We are not in debt. You must have missed our show, bro. Lloyd, you must have missed our show 2 days ago. we've made a whole lot of money. We've made close to 100 M's in this Club World Cup. We just signed a sponsorship deal that is around 200 M's. So you're telling me we're broke? We're not. We've got loads of money. We might be in debt, but we got loads of cash. So we can pay it off anytime we want. Madrid is not in debt. Madrid is not Barcelona, bro. I think you got us mixed. I think Madrid needs to get another number 9 because we are relying on Gonzalo. Yeah, getting a number 9 is highly, highly unlikely. To get another number 9, you basically got to get rid of Endrick and Gonzalo. And I don't see that happening. So forget about another 9. And there's not really a number 9 that can come to Madrid at this moment in time. Who? KG, Lloyd says right. Yeah, it sounds the same, right? It sounds the same. I think Real Madrid versus Barcelona will be played in 2010. I think October. Yeah, October. It's going to be in October. KG, I'm so angry at you for not doing the Inter versus Barca game. Please don't go on vacation next year. I know, bro. I know. We can't miss it. We can't miss it this year, bro. We can't miss it. We're not going anywhere this year. We ain't going anywhere this season, bro. All eyes on slot. Liverpool this season can give a serious headache to Real Madrid. Let's see about that. But yeah, guys, thank you all. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. We're pretty much live daily regarding Real Madrid news, sort of like a podcast. We pretty much go live every single day unless there's a match or something. So yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date with all the transfer news. If you're interested in that, make sure you put the notification on, so every time we go live, you will be notified. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment sections about all the subjects that we talked about. Konate situation, Rodrygo situation, Enzo Fernandez, all these guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections. As always, big up to all of you. Join the Discord as well. I pinned it in the chat. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. London, Advert, Dave, Virat, Cristiano FC, Lloyd, Doe. Big up to all of you. Dave as well. Big up to all of you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Much love. Peace.